all pirates fear.
Orders set.
Welcome back to the FilmHead. Dear fantasy movie lover, here are the list of top 10 highest grossing fantasy movies of all time to watch. So let's start. Number 10, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides. Based on a screenplay by Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio, Rob Marshall and Jerry Bruckheimer produced Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, an American fantasy swashbuckler released in 2011. The fourth installment in the Pirates of the Caribbean film series, it is a standalone sequel to At World's End, 2007, and is loosely based on the 1987 novel On Stranger Tides by Tim Powers. This film is about in 1750 a man rescued from the ocean is brought to King Ferdinand of Spain, where he claims to have sailed with Ponce de Leon, who died 200 years earlier searching for the Fountain of Youth. The film broke many box office records and was the third highest grossing film of 2011 and now in 10th position after box office of $1.046 billion. Number 9, Aladdin, 2019. Aladdin is a 2019 American musical fantasy film directed by Guy Ritchie from a screenplay he co-wrote with John August. It is a live-action adaptation of Disney's 1992 animated film Aladdin, itself based on Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp, a French addition to the Middle Eastern folktale collection 1001 Nights. Princess Jasmine, who has stolen away from her sheltered existence in the castle, is met by an orphan street urchin named Aladdin and his monkey, Abu, in the mythical city of Agrabah, which is modeled by Baghdad. Aladdin premiered at the Grand Rex in Paris on May 8, 2019, and was theatrically released in the United States on May 24. It grossed over $1 billion worldwide, making it the 9th highest grossing film of 2019. Number 8, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Jerry Bruckheimer produced the 2006 American fantasy swashbuckler film Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, which was directed by Gore Verbinski and written by Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio. Will Turner and Elizabeth Swan's wedding is interrupted by Lord Cutler Beckett of the East India Trading Company, who arrives at Port Royal with arrest warrants, charging them for aiding Captain Jack Sparrow's escape. The film broke several records at the time, including the opening weekend record in the United States with $136 million, the fastest film to gross over $1 billion at the worldwide box office, 63 days, became the highest grossing film of 2006. Number 7, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King is a 2003 epic high fantasy adventure film directed by Peter Jackson from a screenplay by Fran Walsh, Philippa Boyens, and Jackson. It is based on J.R.R. Tolkien's 1955 novel The Return of the King, which is the third volume of The Lord of the Rings. Here, the hobbit Dégol discovers the One Ring in a river while fishing with his cousin Smeagol. The ring immediately ensnares Smeagol's mind, and he kills his cousin for it. It grossed over $1.1 billion worldwide, becoming the highest-grossing film of 2003, the second highest-grossing film of all time during its run, and the highest-grossing film ever released by New Line Cinema. Number 6, Beauty and the Beast, 2017. Beauty and the Beast is a 2017 American musical romantic fantasy film directed by Bill Condon from a screenplay by Stephen Chbosky and Evan Spiliotopoulos. It is a live-action/animated remake of Disney's 1991 animated film Beauty and the Beast, itself an adaptation of Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont's version of the fairy tale. Beauty and the Beast. The estimated production budget was around $255 million. The film received generally positive reviews from critics, who praised its cast, songs, and visual detail. It grossed over $1.2 billion worldwide, becoming the second highest grossing film of 2017 and the 10th highest grossing film of all time.
I'm not afraid.
Number 5, Frozen, 2013. Frozen is a 2013 American animated musical fantasy film produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures. The film follows Anna, the Princess of Arendelle, who sets off on a journey with the Iceman Kristoff, his reindeer Sven, and the snowman Olaf to find her estranged sister Elsa, whose icy powers have trapped their kingdom in eternal winter. It received high marks for its themes, animation, screenplay, voice acting, and music. Some critics even call Frozen Disney's best animated picture since the studio's Renaissance period. The film made over $1.280 billion at the box office worldwide, making it the highest-grossing animated movie until The Lion King remake surpassed it in August 2019. Number 4. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows is a 2011 fantasy film directed by David Yates from a screenplay by Steve K. Loves. The film is the second of two cinematic parts based on the 2007 novel Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. The movie broke opening day and opening weekend records in several nations and broke the record for the most money made in a single weekend at the box office, taking in $483.2 million worldwide. With a global box office receipt of more than $1.3 billion, Part 2 surpassed all previous records for highest-grossing movie of all time, highest-grossing movie of 2011, and highest-grossing Warner Bros. Release. Number 3. The Super Mario Bros. Movie. Based on Nintendo's Mario video game series, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is an animated adventure comedy released in 2023 in the United States. After the critical and commercial failure of the live-action film Super Mario Bros. 1993, Nintendo became reluctant to license its intellectual properties for film adaptations. On April 1, 2023, the Super Mario Bros. Movie made its world premiere at Regal LA Live in Los Angeles. On April 5, it was released nationwide. Despite receiving a mixed bag of reviews from critics, the movie smashed several box office records and made $1.36 billion worldwide, including the biggest opening weekend for an animated film and the highest-grossing video game film.
No pressure.
Number 2. Barbie. Barbie is a 2023 fantasy comedy film directed by Greta Gerwig from a screenplay she wrote with Noah Baumbach. After multiple animated films and specials, this is the first live-action Barbie movie, based on the fashion dolls of the same name by Mattel. The movie, which stars Margot Robbie as the lead role and Ryan Gosling as Ken, centers on their existential crisis-driven quest of self-discovery via Barbie Land and the outside world. The film grossed $1.446 billion and achieved several milestones, including the highest-grossing film of 2023, the highest-grossing film ever released by Warner Bros., and the 14th highest-grossing film of all time. Number 1. Frozen 2. Frozen 2 is a 2019 American animated musical fantasy film produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures as the sequel to Frozen, 2013. Frozen 2 was greenlit in March 2015 after a company debate about whether it would be perceived as inferior to the original. The film was translated into 46 languages and was accompanied by Into the Unknown, making Frozen 2 a documentary series. King Agnar of Arendelle tells his daughters Elsa and Anna that their grandfather, King Runnard, forged a treaty with the neighboring tribe of Northuldra by building a dam in their homeland, the Enchanted Forest. The film grossed $1.450 billion worldwide, finishing its theatrical run as the third highest-grossing film of 2019, the first highest-grossing film in history, as well as the first highest-grossing animated film of all time.